This, flesh started like, flesh started like, flesh started like, flesh started like. This, flesh started like, flesh started like, flesh started like, flesh started like.
Yes, yours truly, the innovator, DJ Capital K. This is the ReCAP. It's a good day on Vision Radio. Today, I have 1/4 of the Fantastic Four. This man has traveled the world and is still making his mark on the world of entertainment. He's performed alongside many of your favorite recording artists and DJs, a true master of ceremonies, beatboxer, host, lecturer, ambassador of all things hip-hop, Mr. Drez ThaBeatnik. Drez, what's good, bro? How's life?
Man, life is great, man. How you doing, Cap?
Excellent, man. It's a blessing, man. I appreciate your time. I don't even know where to start with you, man. I got so many things to ask, and chop it up with you about, but let everybody know where you're originally from.
Well, I'm originally from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am a proud Atlanta resident, however, and I've been in Atlanta for, actually this year will be 20 years.
Wow.
And I've been an Atlanta resident.
Fantastic Fridays. You are 1/4 of the Fantastic Four. Let everybody know who the Fantastic Four is and what Fantastic Fridays is about.
Well, let me see. My name is Drez ThaBeatnik, and I am 1/4 of the Party Superheroes crew based out of beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. We represent a magnanimous sound system event. It's known worldwide as Fantastic Fridays. The crew consists of the Grand Imperial DJ Majestic, DJ Fudge, and DJ Lord, as well as myself, Drez ThaBeatnik. We got together literally just out of, it wasn't by choice in a sense, it was more by happenstance. Like, we all worked individually at MJQ, doing sets. But at a certain point, the management of the club just kind of felt like this would be a better situation to have a rotation of these 3 DJs and this one host. And it just started, working that way, and the chemistry just started developing. Like, I can't front. Like, initially, I think we all had respect for one another, but we all didn't like one another.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and especially, to the point of actually trusting the next man, you know what I'm saying, to deliver, the overall vision of throwing a great party and a great event.
Mm-hmm.
It took a lot of time. It took a lot of man hours. It took a lot of sitting down as individuals and taking off our cool and just, just bonding as men, to make that happen. But once it did, I feel like we've been doing this at MJQ for almost 9 years. Like, this year we'll be going into our 9th year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we really got into our stride. I want to say 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Those first 3 years, they were rough. Rough. Like, 'cause, you had everybody out trying to, doing their own individual thing and not really being able to stay focused and concentrated on the task at hand here locally, it just took a lot out of everybody, and it wasn't really being as productive as it could, would, or should have been, for not just us, but for the house that we work out of.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a couple situations where, the club has actually thought about going into a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
And, putting all of our asses out on the street, you know what I'm saying, unless we started figuring it out and getting it together. I personally, I think that's unbeknownst to the rest of the boys, but, I've been privy to those conversations. And it just got to a point where it's like, well, I mean, all we got is us in a sense, when it comes to those turntables and these mics, we got to make the best of a decent situation and make it great. And feel like, once we've, I hate the term these days, but it's the only term that I feel like applies. Like once we branded what we do as a collective, I think things just started getting better. You know what I mean? Like, as individuals, like I say this a lot when I'm hosting concerts. You know what I'm saying? Like individuals, we're great. As individuals, we're good at what we do. You know what I'm saying? But just like, 5 fingers on a hand, each finger is very important in what it does as a finger. But when you ball those fingers up and it becomes a fist, it's more powerful than anything you can measure. And I think that's a perfect analogy for us at MJQ as the Party Superheroes crew. Like we're all great as individuals, but when we all come together, like it's magic. And and that kind of magic can't really happen without the people that support us. Like Team Fantastic, is literally just that. Like Team Fantastic, like they make sure all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. And then we have support from from our friends. Like our Super Party friends, like yourself. Like that come out and support what we do. Like nobody. At the end of the day, nobody has to be in the club. Like nobody. But the fact that people do come, means more to us than just about anything. Because everybody could just go to the liquor store and go buy a fifth or something and go home, cook some food, invite some friends over, play some cards, smoke some ish, drink some ish, eat some, put on some music and just dance. Like, nobody has to get gussied up, as my grandma would say. Nobody has to get gussied up and go get in the car and drive across town and give someone money to come into a building to do the same that they can do at home. But the people that do these things, like, we're very eternally grateful because nobody has to be in the club. And I learned that a long time ago. Like I've been doing this since I was 14, Kev. Like, I've seen a whole lot. I've seen more than I should see when it comes to this club life. But, like I said, people don't have to come. So, the people that do come out and support us, like, we treat them like gold, man. We want to make sure that what we give them, we give them everything, and I just hope it shows. That's always my concern. Like we're sitting here, we're up here in this booth and on this stage, and we're giving you pretty much everything that we have. We just hope that people see that and appreciate that. So we live in a fickle society these days. People aren't impressed by this. It's like, damn, we're just desensitized in general. So, you just hope for at least 5 hours, somebody can walk out of that club saying, I just saw some impressive dish tonight.
One thing I wanted to ask you, I've always wanted to ask you this, man. What is going through your mind when you come into the club and it's crowded and everything is primed and ready to go, the music comes on, your mic is ready, and it's just that time. What goes through your mind during these times? I've seen you in action, and you know, I can tell you're in another place sometimes. But you tell me, you let us know what's going through the mind of Drez ThaBeatnik when it's time to host a party.
Wow, that's a great question. Like, of all the interviews I've done, no one's ever asked me that question. Thank you. First off, thank you.
Indeed.
Well, for me initially, it's, you know, if everything's running right, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to first, like the scenario you just set up, when I'm in that, the first thing I'm thinking about is, well, so what paint can I bring that ain't here? You know, because like because the club's doing what the club is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, provide great sound, you know what I mean? Provide great music, great lighting, and have, you know, plenty of alcohol for the people to drink. Like, it's a watering hole, like, and everybody's having fun and everybody's having a good time before I get there. Like, yeah, I'm thinking whether or not I need to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if I'm supposed to be here, what can I contribute that's going to, you know, make it that much more memorable? I have plenty of nights where I can't add anything to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's running on autopilot. There really isn't anything that I can do. You know what I'm saying? But I have to be here, or, you know, like I gotta be here. I have to be present in this moment. And I'll have moments, you know, and in those types of scenarios and situations, like, I mean, I'm just as much of a party goer as I am the host. Like, this sucks. You know what I mean? My DJ's got it. I don't need to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a party with everybody else. You know, but then there are those other moments where, like, I'll get in and, you know, I'll take a look, you know what I mean, as I'm going through the crowd, like, I'm making a point to be engaging and talking with people. And the way I've always approached the party hosting is that it starts well before you talk on the microphone.
Okay.
That's the way I got raised in it. You gotta greet the people where the people are. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes being on the stage and on a microphone ain't really gonna cut it. You know, everybody wants to, you know, I mean, like, when I first got down here to Atlanta, this wasn't a job everybody wanted. Nobody wanted to be the guy that had to talk. Yeah. You know, without anything behind them, or didn't, you know, they didn't want to be the host or the, you know what I mean, the MC, the master. Nobody wanted to do that shit. You know, so I can safely and confidently say I made that shit look sexy in Atlanta. So, you know, but the thing is, at a certain point, like, once you have to start doing the heavy lifting, that's where a lot of people just fall off. Like, it's more than just talking. There's a psychology to it. There's an art. There is a science to effectively hosting. And it starts well before you get in the club, and it starts well before you get on the microphone. Like, for me, my process actually starts here at home, getting myself together. Like, you know, making sure that I got everything that I need. Making sure that, you know what I'm saying, my weapon is working well, my microphone. You know what I'm saying? I'm making sure that I got it, like, it's once again, like, that I have everything that I need. I'm properly nutritioned. You know what I mean? Like, I'm properly nourished. I'm hydrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sometimes when I'm headed to the club, like, I don't even want to listen to hip hop when I'm about to walk into work. Like, you know, I'll listen to something else. You know what I mean? Like, just so I can clean my palate. And once I walk in, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some nights where, you know, I'm like, I just want to get where I need to get to and put my shit down and get set up and just go to work and, you know, just talk. You know what I mean? Just do my job. And then there's other nights where I just, you know, I gotta gotta walk in and I have to, you know what I mean? Like I gotta make sure that I'm talking to the people. You know what I mean? There's people in there, like everybody has gone through something in the past 24 hours. And you know, talk about the past week, you know, or the past month, or 6 months, or a year. You know, like I mean, there's people that come into to our set over at MJQ for Fantastic Fridays, where you know these people go through a lot, man. You know, and on a personal level. So like getting out here to come party with us, this is close to the vacation that they got, and that's a responsibility that I don't take lightly. I have to make sure that I get to take them away for a couple hours from their whatever visual state, you know, is happening. You know, and it starts. That's where it starts, Cap. Like for me anyway, I can't really speak for every host.
We about to, you know, before we get out of here, I want to ask you, do you have any shout outs, any salutes, any salutations? You know, holler at your people, and also share your links, man, so people can, you know, stay in touch with you and keep up to date on everything you got going on in your career.
Okay. Well, I mean, of course, you know, I want to give a shout out to my crew. You know what I'm saying? DJ Fudge, DJ Lord, Jay Majestic, you know what I mean, Team Fantastic, Neil, Shannon, Stacy, Tammy, Kelly, my MJQ family, my Dirty Boy Social Club family, just Atlanta, period. You know, I especially want to give a shout out to my family for supporting me, and to my lovely woman, Tammy, you know, for making sure that, you know, I'm up in the weight to do things like this.
Right.
And, you know, and that's pretty much it. And everybody that follows the hat, I would not be able to do this if that wasn't the case.
Indeed.
So, online, you can find me on Instagram at DrezThaBeatnik, DRES ThaBeatnik. The same thing goes for Facebook and Twitter. And if you can't spell DrezThaBeatnik, you can always search #follow the hat.
Indeed.
That'll get you where you need to go and get you in front of all things DrezThaBeatnik.
You know, I appreciate your time, Drez. I want to wish you continued success with everything you're doing. We just scratched the surface, man. You know, we could go on and on and on. Hopefully I can have you back for a part 2, a part 3, a part 4, so we can really dig in and go, you know, real deep on some topics and everything that has to do with hip hop. But for this episode, I have to say thank you, man. I appreciate your time. Continue success with Fantastic Fridays, everything you're doing around the city of Atlanta, and everything you're doing across the globe, man. You know, it was really one of my priorities to make sure I got you on the show. This is one thing I had to do, man. So thank you, Drez.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man, and also the good people at Vision Radio for, you know, giving you the platform to do things like this, man.
Indeed. Yes, sir, man. 1 for the money, 2 for the show. This is Cap K, the ReCAP, Drez the Beatnik. It's time for the jewel of the day. At the end of every episode, we like to end things on a positive note. Today's jewel is this. Imagine that you have permission to be happy and really to enjoy life. Your life is free of conflict with yourself and with others. Imagine living your life without fear of expressing your dreams. You know what you want, what you don't want, and when you want it. You are free to change your life the way you really want to. You are not afraid to ask for what you need, to say yes or no to anything or anyone. DJ Capital K, the jewel of the day, create heaven on earth. Stay linked at Vision ENT, stay linked at DJ Capital K, the ReCAP. V's up.